Right, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of a video, just going over some of the stuff that we did in our previous lesson. Most of you guys should hopefully be up to this stage where you have your main measurements in for your toolbox. So if we go have a look back at our instructions here, you should press tab. My bad. Let me go scroll back down. So you should hopefully have gotten all of the main measurements and dimensions in there. So a lot of you guys are then up to doing your dimensions for these tabs and then doing these angular dimensions. So I'm just going to quickly run through that. So if I go into my Fusion here, all right. So first of all, we want to draw a line from here to here, which I've already done. You can kind of see if I highlight over that, I've got a blue dotted line, which is good. So I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom here. So press my line. So as I was saying, you go up here and press the line. So it's blue, so it's highlighted. So you go over to the section. So it's the 200 section there. At the bottom, you just want to draw a line from here down to the other edge. Here, down to the other edge. Right, then we want to make another 2 more tabs across. So we just want to do, any sort of size, just as long as it goes across. Now, what did come up there, which a lot of you guys might have an issue with, is see how there's that blue triangle? We don't want to be clicking where it turns up with that blue triangle because for some reason it does some funny constraint error and it's really annoying. So just try to like move and start it somewhere else. All right, we then want to press D to dimension. So I'm just going to press D. So I've got my little dimension symbol on my mouse there. Click those 2 lines, drag it out the way so I don't get confused. Write in 10. I'll do that again for there. So even if you're not up to the stage, this is basically what we did all across there. And so I want to do the same thing up here. Let me just double check my instructions, make sure I'm doing the right thing. Yep. So I've got the 2 lines at 10. Oops, so we go back up here. Line from here to here. Oh, triangle there to there. All right, D. Click those 2 lines, drag it out, 10. Those 2 lines, drag it out, 10. Now, in the instructions, I do have some 22 and 11 lines. Where's that? So if I just zoom in here on my instructions, let me just scroll up. Oh my gosh. Sorry, zoomed in too much and I've lost my spot. All right, so all the previous instructions. We'll get down to it. All right, so see I've got 11 and 22 for making that tab. Probably best if you can make those lines. If you do that, hopefully it won't be an issue if we just, oh my goodness, I don't know what's wrong with my mouse today. You could just draw a line at the 11 mark going down for those 2 sections. So I'll do the 11 and 22 anyway. So just make sure I know which tab I'm looking at. So I'm going to press my line again. I'm going to go over here, draw a line down. And let's go draw that line across. See if that will work. Press D. So I want a dimension from here to here. I want that to be 11. From here to here. Let me zoom out so I can bring my dimension over there. 22. Awesome sauce. So I want to just do that again on the other side. So that was actually quite easy. So I'm going to go line down here, and across to that line. D, there, 11, enter. From here, down to the other line, put across 22, enter. And then we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So remember, pause this video when you need that time to go and do each part. Oh, it's made that triangle, which I don't want. So I'm just going to go Control Z to take away those pieces, and I'm just going to redo that. Yeah. So made the box, D, there, cross, 11, enter, there, cross, 22, enter, Other side, line. You can also just press L instead of going over and pressing that button. D, so remember, you've also got dimension up here. So if you get confused about pressing D, see if I hover over it, it says the D next to sketch dimension. That just shows that there is a shortcut for it. So that's where I'm getting my D from. That's how I know that's the shortcut. All right, 11, enter, yeah, across, 22. All right, pretty straightforward from there. So if we go over to here, oh my goodness. Let's just scroll down. What we have here is a set of tabs that kind of come along the top and the bottom of this main box part at a 45-degree angle. So if I go down, it will then kind of end up looking like this. So for that, what I'm going to do is actually draw a line from one side to the other side there. And I'm going to do that at the top. So that side over to this side, press your D, dimension those two lines to be 10. There is a lot needed way that we can make these dimensions, but just as we're in the process of building this, we're just going to do that. All right, we're going to do line. We want to have kind of like that angular shape coming from here. So I just want to press the middle, bring it out. So see how we've got the measurement and our degree. So remember we press tab to change over to the other type, which is actually 135. So it'd either be a 45, a 90 degree, or 135 is what you'll typically end up punching in there. So I'm going to go again on the opposite side. So for this dimension, it actually is showing 45, which is perfect. So I'm going to press that. All right, we've got another tab over here. Tab. Oh, so this is the other side. So what is 135 plus 45? I'm pretty sure it is 170. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go 90 first. Sometimes, there we go. Now it wants to be 90. So cheating it. And that way, let's go this way. Close the door. Close the door properly. Oh, ah. Control Z. Control Z. All right, let me do that again. So line, let me see, what would the other ones be? So we've got 45. Oh, awesome. This one says 45. So that's great. I didn't feel like doing that angular maths. Right. And so you just do that every single, well, not every single point. Let me see if I'll do it on this. I'll do it on one side. And then I'll leave you to it on the other side. And we want to go here. 180 is 180, isn't it? And 90 degrees, tab 90. Just make sure that you're not like stopping it over here. Make sure you pull it back until you see that blue cross. That way you know that those two lines are touching. Yep, so that should be all the tabs that we need on that side. So you're just going to copy the same thing on this side here. Right, so you should have now finished both of those sides. But what we do have now is a whole bunch of these extra lines and stuff running through things that we don't want. So we're just going to go press our scissors here, our trim, and see how this kind of turns like a purple red. We just want to trim away all of those unnecessary lines. So you just follow your plans that you have. And you should be able to then trim away your excess lines like this. So all of these, because they are going to stuff us up when it comes to folding our shape. Just go around all the sides. It shouldn't be too much. There we go. There, there, there. There, there. So this is also kind of replicating. You cutting these away from your sheet metal. So remember, you're going to get a piece of, rectangular sheet metal. You're going to end up doing all this marking out at once. And then you're going to go through and cut it away using either your bench shears, well, probably not the guillotine or anything like that. So probably your bench shears or your tin snips is probably what we've got best in the workshop. So this kind of just replicates that process that you're going to be doing. Right, so once you've cut away all that excess material that we don't need, as you can see from our shape here, we've got a whole bunch of orange lines. But if we look at our instructions, it's actually supposed to be a blue form. So what we've got here is the different type of line weights. If I try to, hopefully this will work for me this time. It doesn't, but that's okay. As you can see, we've got a black solid line and these dotted lines. So these dotted lines are important because they're going to help us fold the sheet metal. So there are fold lines. And these black lines, that's the outline of the shape. Right, so we can easily change this if I go back to Fusion. So if I get out of the trim function, that will press escape. Wait for it to load. Right, I can press on one of these lines. I can go over to my sketch palette and just turn off the construction. See, now I've got a nice blue solid line. So I want to go around outside and change all these away from construction. So you go ahead and do that. It's frustrating. Why has it done that? For some reason, it's turned that whole thing blue, which I'm not a fan of there. I'm wondering if to combat that, I'm just going to do another line. It's not construction. Over the top. Should be fine for that, because the construction lines are just kind of in the back. So escape to get out of the function. And it's a little bit of a slow process. So just go around and just kind of show what your shape is. So I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to fast forward. Right. So as I finish off this last little bit, so for some reason, some of these I just had to do a line and go over it. As I do this last one, it should then all turn blue. So that means that the shape is closed off and that symbolizes a form. So when you finally have it like that, you can then just come over and press Finish Sketch. All right, so this is what you should hopefully be able to get to. It shouldn't be necessarily hard. It's just very time consuming. It's just probably the most annoying part of it, but that's part of the way that these sort of things go. So give that a try and then we'll go through folding it.